Kia ora tātou, my name is Mark Slater and I have a son, Jack, who is 18.
I'm Mandy and I'm mother to 6-year-old Maya.
I'm Kat and I'm mum to 4-year-old Ella.
Hey, I'm Sonia and I am mum to 8-year-old twin girls, Tandy and Inez.
He was put into special care after about 2 or 3 hours after a very, very quick birth, early. All tests before were normal, quote unquote. And he was sick. We were in hospital for a month, poked, prodded, intervention, told many different things, lots of maybes, not really many facts. Yeah, it was very challenging to deal with the whole medical invasion.
It was about 2 years ago that I realised that something wasn't quite right with Nezzy, that she was struggling just to be in the world. And I honestly, I felt like I was losing my kid. And I said that to a few people, and I said that to my GP. And it was kind of brushed off. It was, she'll be right, it's just a phase. But as a parent, you know. We finally went private and got a diagnosis of Asperger's, or high functioning autism. But then we're sent away with no roadmap, no, where do you go next?
She didn't hit normal milestones, so she didn't crawl. It took her a long time to get up onto her feet. She didn't take her first steps until she was nearly 2. We did a genetics test and she came back with this gene triplication. And then I think that's when I actually got quite worried about her future. We haven't got other children to compare her to. There's nobody like her.
Ella was premature. She was born at 25 weeks. They'd said she's had this bleed, it's excessive. She's basically lost half of her brain. It took me a few hours to just feel this immense grief. When I left the room, I collapsed in the corridor in the NICU and I think I had my head on the floor. And when I went back to her bed space and just saw her lying there, it didn't matter if she had a disability or if there were challenges in her life. We just moved on. Actually.
It was a full-time job for me, advocating for my kid and trying to find the right help. A 7-year-old trying to jump out of a moving car on a motorway, you know, and me grabbing her. She wasn't just a naughty kid. It felt like she was going to drop off the edge of the world. She just stopped functioning, really.
When Jack was that month in hospital, I was told quite a lot of different things, and one in particular, and then the paediatrician a year later suggested he might be another syndrome. He went to school, a teacher thought he might be a chromosome 22 syndrome. I'm not big on labels. The issue that happened with Jack and I was they were so busy trying to label him. All his conditions and his issues went unnoticed. Being labelled was negative and I wasn't going to have a continued negative experience.
My child has a disability that you can't see, and I just knew early on we weren't going to survive this without help, and I couldn't find the right help through the health sector. I needed to form a squad. I needed people around me that could support me. And at one point, I just sent a text out to my friends and I said, we're in crisis. And I don't know how you can help, but I just need you to know that I might be calling you and just needing you in some way, because I don't know how we're going to do this.
For me, wanting our child and loving our child, that was actually the easy part, and that's what I could do. And the hard parts that were going to come, it didn't matter because I loved her and I wanted her and she wanted to be here too.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself. It's no one's fault. This is just part of life. You think the worst case scenario and it's a shock. But in my situation anyway, I can say that I feel like Maya's in a much better place at 6 than I thought she would be. Much better place.
It's hard and you need to learn a lot, and then sometimes you need to step back. You just have to step back and go, this is where I'm at. You love your child unconditionally. You're on a journey that's unexpected, but there's beauty in the unexpected, and you will find that. You have to back yourself with how you feel about things and know that you do know.
But I have been deep in crisis, and the benefit of knowing you're not going crazy and you're not the only family going through this is immense. Support and communities, that's what's going to get you through.
There's a fear of the unknown, and that is constant actually, because there's new milestones that might be missed or new experiences you can't really prepare for. But it doesn't matter if you're not prepared, because you just take it as it comes. And what actually happens is you meet this amazing little person and they change and evolve. And that's so different from other children. Ella's gone through this thing and experiences the world in a completely different way. And I can see that in her, and that makes me so privileged to be her mum and be able to walk alongside her as she grows up, because she just looks at the world and experiences the world in a different way, and it's a little bit magical, really.